we had planned 2 years ago is that it was going to be a project guided by the city council. So for 2 years we were working from there to make invitations, to make arrangements, to make the program. And when it was about to happen and everything was set and C.A.P had the confirmation they were coming, you were coming, we presented the project with numbers and budget and objective to the city council to remind them that we had that around the corner. And sadly, it was not a good time. This city council is leaving on August 31st because our government changes.
This year?
This year, in 2 weeks more, starting on September the 1st. So they told us it was not going to be possible, that they suggested that we should call C.A.P and cancel. That was, of course, not an option for us. I quit the city council in January, but I continued with the planning of the program. And I knew that I would have seen it go through, either with the 100% support of the city council, or I would have to look somewhere else to make it happen. And that's when Comité Pueblo Mágico came in. We approached the Commerce Association. And we told them about the situation. We told them about this big project coming in the couple next weeks. And we told them that we were going to get support from the government, the local city council, but there were some problems and they denied the totality of the budget. They said that maybe they could help with some small amount, but not to cover the whole thing. And the people of the Association of Commerce and the committee, Pueblo Mágico committee, we were all very excited about the project and about the exchange. And the answer, the response of the people was very good. They said, no problem, we are going to see it happening. And some restaurants said, I am going to give 10 dinners, the other restaurant 6 breakfasts. People was inviting the artists to their place. That's why we made an itinerary of meals out of the generosity of the people of Takan Baro that wanted to see this happen. Pueblo Mágico is a federal program that wanted to recognize certain towns in our country that still have that uniqueness that have to do with architect, image, or they are very traditional, or they have a unique sign, like for example a beautiful natural landscape or beautiful mountains that have tourism attractives that can be kind of labeled under one name. It's kind of making a trademark of towns that are very symbolic of the Mexican expressions and art and ways of living. So that is a program that has 111 towns in the whole country, Well, we have a range of different people. We have artists, we have teachers, we have local business persons, we have students. So it's conformed by different pieces of our society that together make a council and make decisions and work without money. We do not receive any money in exchange of our work. It's voluntary, but yeah, it's kind of a puzzle made of different important pieces that all together they make kind of a sample for the people in the city.
El pie derecho arriba. Y voy a hacer un brinquito y voy a cambiar de pie. Y hago hacia atrás y al frente, atrás, al frente, atrás, frente. Un, seguidito, un, dos, un, dos.
Yes, well, before June, almost nobody knew about the project.
Yeah.
We were working on it for 2 years. But it was going to be released when the government, the local government, was going to be supportive.
Yeah.
And then we should let the people know this is going to happen to make them to feel the exciting and to be prepared.
Yeah, just before the end of June.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Since it didn't happen, we had to open to the community and tell them there is this possibility and we want it to happen. And they were excited. They didn't know much about the project. We were having some meetings, inviting them and tell them what was about. And I think right now Takan Baro it's trying to open to receive more tourism.
Yeah.
So in one side, I think it was that to know that foreign visitors were coming, and it was not only for our continent.
Yeah.
They were coming from the other side of the world. That percent, it was very interesting for them. And then when we were explaining that you not only wanted to come and show us what you do, but you were trying to learn and to to be present and open to understand another culture, to learn about it and to share. I think that was the most important point for the people to make this great expectation. So I think those two things were very, very important.
So,
and the other thing is that it's a small town here, and we all know each other, and we always know when there is someone foreigner. And there is sometimes this curiosity to know who they are, why are they here. And since you are not only here, but you are learning and teaching, that opens totally for the people to approach you and to learn from you or to show you something, or even to just open their houses and their hearts. And since when you came, you showed that you were very, very interested in sharing at different levels. I think that is what made people to open most. And to welcome you like we know each other for life. Very fulfilling. Yes, absolutely. Because it was a very good project since the beginning. I didn't know much in the beginning how were we going to make it happen, but when you were saying about workshops, not only being here and getting to know the place, but to have a workshop program, I thought it was a project that we should fight for.
Yeah.
Even if it's not easy.
Yeah.
And Prisciliano was telling me about C.A.P, about his experience in
Yeah.
Kobe, and about what the Conference of Arts
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And that you wanted to learn from here. That was kind of inspiring and motivating. And I had some issues working for the local government because I was able to connect with really nice projects, and sadly at the end of the day the ones making the decisions, they were not interested, or they said they had no money for that. There were more important things to pay for, and I knew that there was always a way, because that was kind of the daily basis for me at that job. Working for things that I knew are going to be very good for people. That arts and education, it's what makes the waving of our community.
Yeah.
And it's the real connection. And sadly, in our country, that right now is left as last place. It's not taken care of. And I think it's very sad, because that leaves hopes for violence to grow. And on the other side, arts makes us more empathic and sensitive towards each other. And I think it's a great way to walk, and a great path to be walking. And that, yes, it's going to be harsh, because the attention is put somewhere else. So it's fighting against the tide. But it's always satisfying when you see it done, when you see that you brought theater, that you brought music, or that you are giving the artists here some tools, some more education. There is no money that can pay that. So it's hard, but there's always a way to do it, and I always trust on the community. I've been always trusting that if there is a problem, you can speak up, and there's someone that will help you. Yes, always.